All right. Well, welcome, everyone. My name is Jennifer Bento-Pinion. I'm here at MEFA on the college planning team as program manager for MEFA Pathway, and I'd like to welcome you today to our mini webinar. Our feature focus today is our expected family contribution calculator. It's a brand new tool, so I'm excited to share it with you. I'm going to leave you all on mute throughout the webinar, and then at the end I will leave my contact information up so that you can contact me directly with any questions. And also on that contact slide will be the credentials to my test account that I've logged into here. So I've already logged in, but you're welcome to use those credentials to log into my test account, or I encourage you to create your own account, your own student account. Every student throughout Mass can register for MEFA Pathway, so you could do that as well. So just to give you a little background on MEFA Pathway before we get started, just in case you're not familiar with our program, MEFA Pathway is a complete college and career planning resource for students, counselors, and education policymakers across the Commonwealth. It's offered to all middle and high schools in Massachusetts free of cost by the Massachusetts Educational Financing Authority, so otherwise known as MEFA. MEFA Pathway plays a key role in the Commonwealth's efforts around college and career readiness and success by increasing access to information about higher education and career opportunities for all types of students. So MEFA Pathway provides access to academic and professional success to learners in grades 6 through 12 across the Commonwealth by setting each student on a path to college and career success. So rather than a one-size-fits-all approach to future planning, MEFA Pathway is tailored to meet the needs of the Commonwealth's diverse and workforce populations by offering comprehensive tools in one easily accessible website. So we're just going to focus on the EFC Calculator today, but within our site, we have many different features that will help support and assist students through that planning process to help them decide what their post-secondary plans are, whether that's a two-year college, a four-year college, a certification program, going right into the workforce. It's all right here in this website. So let's look at our EFC calculator here. So I've logged into my test account. I've gone to pay for college, and then under pay for college, we have a number of different tools, but I've clicked on the EFC calculator. So that brings us to this page here. So students use this calculator to determine the expected family contribution, which represents an estimated amount of funds a family can pay for college costs for one academic year. So there are 5 steps within the calculator here, and the student can reset, so they can take it, reset it as many times as they like. So let's just go through it, and I'll show you how it works. So they just click Get Started, and Step 1 will determine whether the student is an independent or dependent student, so that's student status. So if the student answers yes to any of these below questions, you are an independent student. So the student would go through, read all of these questions, and if they can answer yes to one, then they are considered an independent student. Okay? So for our purposes, though, we're going to be a dependent student, and we're going to go through the steps as a dependent student. So step 2 is tell us about yourself. So the student would provide just some basic information. So I'll just pop in some, this is just a test, so I'm just popping in just anything here just to show you how it works. And then let's say maybe our student is, not 2001. Let's make our student 2002. Current grade level we'll say is 12. Let's say our zip code is 01841. We're in Mass. All right, let's continue to step 3. So this is where the student will tell us about your family. So again, this is the student filling out this information. How many people will be in your parents' household? All right, so let's say this has a family of 5. And what's great about as we go through these questions here is if there's any doubt what these questions mean, the student can just hover over the little icon here and it will give a really great description of what they're asking for within the question. How many people in your parents' household will be in college as of fall? So let's say maybe we have 2 in college, so the student themselves will be in college and maybe they have an older brother or sister. How many dependent children will be in the parents' household? Let's say 3. Since they were a family of 5, let's say they're 3. What is the year of birth of the oldest living parent? So let's say we're 1970. With whom did you live for the previous 12 months? So this can kind of, this not necessarily tricky, but the student definitely has to read the options here. So let's say, just for our purposes here, we have both legal parents who are married. For 2018, okay, so we're going back, 2018, will your parents' filing taxes be? Okay, so maybe they're married filing separately, let's say that. At any time during 2018 or 19, did your parents or anyone in your parents' household receive benefits from a federal program listed? And here's the list. Let's just say no to this. As of today, is either of your parents a dislocated worker? If the student doesn't know what a dislocated worker is, they can click on the hover and get the information. We're going to say no. Did your parents file a Schedule 1? Okay, maybe the student doesn't know what a Schedule 1 is. It tells us right here. Okay, we're going to say no. How much did your parent or guardian, the first, earn last year? So this is information that they would, get from their parent. So, but it is the parent information, all right? And they can look at this too if they have the parent's tax return. They can check that out. How much did parent 2? Let's just keep it. Let's just keep it the same here. What was your parents' adjusted gross income? So we're going to say that's 60. What was your parents' income tax? So let's say 8,000. Parents so let's say 0 for that. As of today, what is your parents' total current balance of cash, savings, and checking account? So let's say they have 1,000. What is the value of the real estate? Your parents' real estate. So again, if they are in question, they're telling us do not include the home in which your parents live. That's not included in that. Okay, as of today, what is the debt on your parents' real estate? Let's say 0, because they don't have any. As of today, what is the value of your parents' investments? And they can go on the hover and see what investments this includes. All right, let's say they don't have any investments. What is the debt? Since they don't, let's say 0. Okay, business or farm. Maybe this family doesn't have a business or farm. What is the debt? We're going to say 0. As of today, how many total employees does your parent? Okay, so again, they don't have that, so that's 0. So they're just going through all of the questions. And I'll bring you through all of the questions so that you can see what the end result is. Okay, so now we're in step 4. Now that we're asking for the student's information. Okay, so previous step 3 was parents. Now we're asking for the student's information. How much did you earn in 2018? I'll say 4,000. What was your adjusted gross income? I'll say 4,000. Income tax, say 500. Untaxed income, 0. Total cash balance, say $200. And what is the net worth of your investments? Okay, so again, this is the student. All right, we're going to continue. Now, step 5, you just want to make sure that what you've entered is correct. So you're just reviewing all of the information that was added through the previous steps. Okay, and if any of it is incorrect, you can just go back. But if it's all correct, you just click Get Results. And it just takes a second to calculate out the number. And we're going to be able to view an estimate of what colleges will use to determine how much financial aid can be awarded. So based on those numbers, and we want to be very clear, this is just an estimate, okay? And then, the student can start all over or go back. And then if they want to learn more about financial aid for college, they can go to our main overview page and look through all of this great information. A link out to the FAFSA, how to get a financial aid estimate. All colleges have a net price calculator on their school's website. All right. So very simple process, good for the student to be aware and for the parents to be aware of what may be expected of them to contribute per year. So good information to know when going into that, looking for colleges and, going through that college search and developing the schools that the student will apply to. And then at the end of the day, the school that they'll actually make a deposit towards. All right, so that concludes our very mini webinar today. I am going to leave my contact slide up here so that you can have my contact information. So here's my name and my email address and my direct line at the bottom. And then the credentials to the test account that I used right up the top here. So you go to mefapathway.org, click I am a student, and then you can put in the username and the password. But whoops, again, sorry about that. I definitely recommend that you create an account for yourself or your student. That the student creates an account. If you're an educator and you want more information on how you can bring Pathway to your school, certainly get in touch with me. I'd be happy to speak with you. All right, so I'll leave this up for a couple minutes, and I hope you enjoyed today's webinar. And if you'd like to leave a Google review, you're more than welcome to do that down the bottom here, this little link. But I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.